Do this and a narcissist will beg for forgiveness. No matter how charming or confident they seem, narcissists thrive on control, not connection. But when you break that cycle just right, you don't just confuse them, you disarm them. You turn the game they've mastered into one they can't play. In this video, we'll talk about 6 subtle moves that make a narcissist start chasing you, and even beg for forgiveness. 1. You respond to chaos with a question, not emotion. When they throw a tantrum, make a passive-aggressive jab, or twist your words, they expect a show. They want to see your face flush, your voice rise, your energy spike. Why? Because your reaction confirms they're still controlling the tempo. Instead, you pause and say something like, "Is that how you really see me?" Calm, surgical. This doesn't just throw them off, it unsettles them. Now they're on trial, not you. They feel exposed, unsure, and suddenly a little too visible in a role they usually perform from the shadows. That moment of stillness, it's the beginning of their unraveling. 2. You mirror them, but only the boring parts. Narcissists rely on an audience. If they brag, you're supposed to gasp. If they sulk, you're supposed to soothe. But what happens when you mirror their energy? Without the praise? They monologue about their latest success. You nod and say, "Cool." They go silent to punish you. You match their silence, then get up and start folding laundry. It's not indifference, it's neutral. And to a narcissist, neutral is terrifying. It starves them of the spotlight and forces them to confront what they are without applause. They'll start craving your emotional responses again, even if it means apologizing just to get them. 3. You remember in detail and weaponize nothing. They count on you forgetting. Not just what they did, but how it made you feel. And if you do remember, they expect you to throw it back in their face. That keeps the argument spinning and gives them a chance to play the victim. But what if you remember and simply note it? Last time this happened, you said the same thing. Just observing. No sarcasm. No sting. It sends a cold wind through their illusion of control. You're no longer trapped in emotional amnesia. You're tracking patterns, and they know it. If they want to stay in your orbit, they'll have to start rewriting their script. That often begins with a surprisingly earnest, "I didn't mean it like that." 4. You stop filling their silences. You know the drill. They go quiet after an argument. No texts, no calls, not even a meme. It's classic punishment. Disappear until you chase. But this time, you don't. You let the silence sit. You don't explain your silence or ask for closure. You sip your coffee, text your friends, post your playlist. While they're hoping you'll squirm, you're just living. That void they created to manipulate you, it backfires. Suddenly, they're the ones sitting with the echo. The silence doesn't make you come running. It makes them feel irrelevant. And that, to a narcissist, is a fate worse than guilt. 5. You hold boundaries without performance. Most people set boundaries like they're trying to win a debate. Loud, defensive, emotional. But with narcissists, the real power is in quiet consistency. You don't announce your limits, you just enforce them. They cross a line, and you calmly end the call. They test your patience, and you exit the conversation. No lectures, no drama. It's confusing at first. They're used to boundaries being flexible under pressure, or explosive under threat. But when yours are neither, they feel boxed in by something they can't argue with. That's when the cracks start to show. They'll often circle back with a half apology wrapped in charm. But this time, you're not reacting. You're observing. 6. You stop needing to be understood. This is the plot twist they never see coming. Narcissists feed on your need to explain yourself, to be seen, validated, and set the record straight. But once you stop arguing your worth, something strange happens. You stop playing their game entirely. You don't flinch at their misinterpretations. You don't clarify every jab. And that calm detachment, it forces them to question whether they actually lost you. Not just your attention, but your investment. That's when the facade breaks. They'll scramble to repair it. Not because they love you in the way you deserve, but because losing your validation feels like losing oxygen. And in that rare moment of clarity, they just might say the words you never thought you'd hear from them. "I was wrong."